Oh yes, we are so back. Of course, I'm talking about Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 1, which we're going to be talking about and covering in this one. I have to say, I haven't been this hyped for a new season of an anime in years. It's been a long time actually since I remember feeling this pumped up and just excited to see where an anime goes and where a story goes. Part of that is of course the gorgeous animation, which this episode is no departation from comparing to Season 1. They didn't really show off their animation skills in this episode here so far, but that's still fine. They're just, of course, building up to, I imagine, insane animation boss fights later on in the season. But yes, we are back, and we actually jump straight into the action here almost in Season 2, Episode 1. Technically, yes, we start with Sung going to the high school, right? Yeah. Of the sister to have this sort of parent-teacher conference where he ends up being asked to talk to this friend of his sister's, just the E-rank hunter we saw in Season 1 that participated with him, well, technically participated with him in the C-rank gate clearing. And since he wouldn't let his younger sister be a hunter, he ends up taking her on a gate run with the White Tiger Guild to, I suppose, dissuade her from continuing the career after seeing how brutal and hard it is. Of course, things don't go as planned. They rarely do. What I like though, as I mentioned here, is that they get straight into the action. They don't spend the whole first episode doing exposition or going through some not super exciting story beats. They just get kind of straight into it, as it turns out that, yep, this is a red gate, which is a gate where you basically are trapped. You can't just go out again, and you have to survive, beat the boss to really make it out alive. And that, of course, sets the stage for our boy here, Sung, to finally, after we've waited an entire season to see him show off his skills a bit to new people. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, as if you know me, you know that I adore power fantasy anime, and I adore when the main character finally gets to show off his insane, OP, crazy skills to new, unsuspecting people. And we don't really get that, too much this episode, but yeah, we get it somewhat with the new waifu character and I suppose the unnamed third one, C-rank, something. And it is, of course, also slowly setting up, the S-ranks getting involved and him showing off just how crazy he actually is. But yeah, I do like multiple things in this episode in terms of it just getting straight to the point. One of which being the point that, yeah, the older brother, Hwang Dong-so, I'm not good with Korean names, but the older brother, yep, he's now come from America to Korea to absolutely, transparently so, crush Sung into tiny little pieces so no one can remember what he even looked like to begin with. I also like, as how they mentioned in Season 1, that yeah, S-rank hunters like Dong-so here, the older brother, are so inhumanely strong that even if they are transparently saying, I'm gonna murder some person here, or murder multiple people, it doesn't matter. Like, no one can stop them. The police can't do anything. Other hunters can't do anything. They're literally a one-man calamity that no matter what he even outrightly says he will do, or people suspect he will do, they just have to sit back and watch. Which I do like. I like that sort of omnipotent power existing in this world, that these people are so insanely strong that, yeah, you can't do anything. Like, you have to just try not to get on their bad side, because they are kind of gods in their own way. Here is where the red gate comes in again, though. I do like how they utilize the red gate this episode, not only for one thing, but for multiple things, narratively speaking. The one thing, of course, being that, yeah, the red gate is now in effect, so he can't just survive by not showing off. He has to actually use his skills, Sung, I mean, in this case, to keep people alive, especially the younger sister's friend, which he, of course, takes on the responsibility of doing. But he can't just limp away, sort of pretending he's weak in this situation. He'll have to already, and much more, I can only assume, prove how strong he is, which will force the story forward, where inevitably he can't keep being in hiding. And if the Red Gate narrative token didn't exist the way it does here, Sung could have just kept playing the weak person for probably a long time still. But as a second point, outside of forcing him into this position, which also forces him into showcasing his power level to other people, is that, yeah, Hwang Dong-so, even if he's a crazy strong S-rank, he can't just break through the Red Gate. No one can, no matter how strong you are. And I like how they utilize that in that secondary way, so that he can't just go in there and murder Sung, which was his plan, if it would have been a normal C-gate, which is much better than what many anime end up doing in situations like these, which is making up some stupid, contrived reason why we can't have a confrontation now when things are all set up. So because of this, it makes sense that he'll be forced to wait to have this confrontation with Sung probably later in the season sometime. Again, I like when stories and narratives end up using in-game mechanics or in-world mechanics or systems to explain why things can happen or can't happen or pushes the narrative forward in some way in a logical, proper manner. Of course, we get some fight scenes this episode 2, which I enjoy. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, yeah, it's not the most insane animation so far, but of course it's only episode 1, can't expect crazy animation from the get-go. Still though, very clean, very crisp, very nice. Igris clearly being a beast, just slaying this leader ice bear thing with no trouble. I do also like how Sung has that small comment of, wow, like, Igris is a beast. Like, with a sword, he would have, like, nailed me to the cross there in season 1, and he still might be stronger than me. At best, we're on even ground now, which definitely showcases how crazy strong Igris is. I also have to say, though, that wow moment, that caught me off guard. When Igris is chopping up this ice bear, cuts over to Sung's like, wow, what? I think I burst out laughing. It's like, what is that scene, huh? Okay, you got me, you got me solo leveling. I definitely chuckled at that one. Okay. Yeah, I did generally enjoy the simple yet clean animation fight scenes in this one. The ice elves also are going to be very, very fun. You see at the end of the episode where they are finishing off the other group that separated from Sung early on in the episode with the A rank and the B ranks, I suppose, where only the A rank remains, where he runs off like a scared little girl, which inevitably will mean he'll be saved by Sung next episode, I assume, or maybe he'll just let him die. I'm fine with either, really. But I like the ice elves being just sociopathic killers. I think that's going to be very, very fun. I like their expressions, and I hope they're going to be even more intelligent and interesting sort of enemy units in the next few episodes moving forward. Also have to give a shout out to Sung here. He doesn't even use weapons. He's just using his fists for these bears. And who needs weapons? Those are for amateurs. Real hunters use fists only. Before we go into the latter portions of this video though, if you are enjoying it and like seeing me cover solo leveling and want to see me covering it continually throughout the season, do remember to like and subscribe. It greatly helps out the channel, so thank you, thank you. With that being said, yeah, as expected from season 1, the little sister's friend, which I still don't remember the name of. I'm bad with Japanese names. Korean names are even worse. Bear with me. But yes, of course, she has a love complex already starting for our main character here. Sung is gonna have a fangirl in no time with how he saves her in the beginning of the episode with the ice arrow and just how he says he'll protect her and take responsibility for her, and while all her girly feminine feelings are flowing over for all to see. Even though, yeah, you can just imagine how she will be ignored for seasons on end and never getting that happy ending she so dreams of. But hey, you know, she'll try, I suppose. Good luck, girl, good luck. I made a few other notes, though, this episode that did become interesting to me. The first one was that, oh yeah, when they do the season 1 recap quickly at the beginning of the episode, they mention, you know, Sung's main motivating drive for being a hunter. Of course, being to provide for his sister, and of course also to get the healing elixir, whatnot, to save his mother that has this debilitating disease that nothing else can fix except this magic elixir, which really reminded me of like, oh yeah, that is why he is a hunter, isn't it? Oh right, yeah, I kind of forgot about that. I mean, they don't really focus on the specific narrative point there of him really working towards that elixir in the latter portions of season 1. At least I don't remember that at all. They do focus some on it on the first portion of season 1, but it doesn't really get brought up at all again, I feel like, in the last 4, 5, 6 episodes of season 1. Maybe that's just my bad memory, but I do feel like they could have done a bit more work to include that, a few comments here and there during the latter portions of season 1 of why he's doing what he's doing to get this elixir. But that's a nitpick. Doesn't really impact the enjoyment at all. Another thing though I noticed, which the show also notices, by the way, of course, is that, yeah, Sung is literally becoming hotter and hotter by the season. Like, he's gonna be a literal K-pop idol in 5 episodes time at this rate. But okay, man, you go get those high school swooning girls. Have fun with that. Overall, though, for episode 1 here, for season 2, I enjoyed it, you know? I was hyped for the start of season 2. I'm still hyped for the rest of the season, even though the season started not really on a slow note, but, you know, just on a building heat slowly increasing mode. I'm definitely excited to see where the season goes from here, getting to see Sung beat up these ice elves and having this inevitable fight with his underlings, Shadow Army, and the ice elves, and how he will be seen by the others, inevitably also the A rank, I assume, by how overly powerful he is to everyone else there in the fight with the ice elves, and then inevitably seeing S ranks and other people in the world realizing he has reawakened and become this super crazy, powerful OP person. I can't really wait to see the expressions and reactions, and of course all the amazing fight scenes we are bound to get in Season 2 here, and I hope also you're of the same mind. Anyhow though, those are my general thoughts on episode 1 of season 2 of Solo Leveling. What are your thoughts? Like it, hate it, leave all those thoughts and more in the comment section down below. If you want to watch anything else, click on whatever is on the screen right now. And if you want to keep supporting me in the work I do here, do click on the Patreon link in my description and follow me there. And of course, support me there if you want to be extra generous. With all that being said, hope you have a nice day, keep watching anime, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.